नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल, आदाब और खमा गणी दोस्तों। सुनाओ अपनी कहानी, बनाओ अपनी पहचान की इस खास मुहिम में आज हम मिलेंगे डॉक्टर अमृता चौरसिया से और जानेंगे इनकी ज़िंदगी से जुड़े तमाम अनुभवों के बारे में। दोस्तों, आपको बता दें, ये एक बिजनेस क्लास फैमिली से बिलोंग करती है। इनके पिता ने पैसों की कीमत इन्हें बखूबी समझाई। जिंदगी में आने वाली हर चुनौती का डट कर सामना करना इन्होंने अपने पिता से ही सीखा। जी हाँ, पेरेंट्स के दिए अच्छे संस्कारों और अच्छी सीख को ग्रहण करते हुए ही ये आगे बढ़ी और आज एक सफल मुकाम पाया है। दोस्तों, आज ये अपने फील्ड में बेहतरीन काम कर रही है। ये वर्तमान में स्कूल ऑफ कॉमर्स, फाइनेंस एंड अकाउंटिंग, क्राइस्ट डिम टू बी यूनिवर्सिटी की दिल्ली एनसीआर स्थित शाखा में असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर के रूप में कार्यरत है। यहाँ काम करते हुए इन्हें काफ़ी समय हो चुका है। अपने काम के दौरान इन्होंने विमेन एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप, अर्ली ईयर चाइल्ड एजुकेशन से रिलेटेड और भी कई अलग अलग प्रोजेक्ट्स पर काम किया। इसके अलावा इन्होंने पायनियर इंस्टीट्यूट में रहते हुए रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट फील्ड में काम किया और बेहतरीन सेवाएं दी। यही नहीं दोस्तों, इन्होंने ICSI फाउंडेशन के तहत बतौर सॉफ्ट स्किल एंड ऑफिस एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर ट्रेनर के रूप में कार्य किया। अपने प्रोफेशनल करियर में काम के दौरान इन्होंने काफ़ी कुछ नई चीज़ें अनुभव की। दोस्तों, जीवन में कई उपलब्धियां हासिल कर चुकी डॉक्टर अमृता चौरसिया की ये करियर यात्रा बहुत ही सुखद रही है। आज ये जीवन में काफ़ी कुछ अनुभव करने के बाद एक सफल महिला के रूप में खुद को स्थापित करने में पूरी तरह सफल रही है। तो दोस्तों, ये कुछ खास बातें थी इनकी ज़िंदगी से जुड़ी जो हमने आपके साथ साझा की। अब आइए मुलाकात करते हैं इनसे और सुनते हैं इनकी सफलता की ये कहानी इनकी अपनी जुबानी।
I'm Dr. Amrita Chaurasia. I have done PhD, and while doing this PhD, I have made a remarkable journey. I have an experience of near about 15 years into teaching and research experience. I have worked into very several institutions, and a premium institution where I dream to work with is Indian Institute of Management Indore. Once in I was some before working with there, always having a dream that I wanted to be into IIM Indore, and I have really able myself to achieve that. Simultaneously, after that, I'll be fortunate enough to give lectures into institute called as Symbiosis Institute of University of Applied Sciences, where I'm the assistant professor. I have served to very private universities. I mean, so many private universities in Indore, such as Lal Bahadur Shastri Institute of Technology and Management. Also, I have served into Institute of Management Studies, one of the premium institute into which is affiliated by Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya and Shiv Vaishnav Institute of Technology and Science. So that's the Pioneer Institute of Professional Studies and ICSI Academy for Skills. So going towards my 15 years of career, I'm fortunate to have served into various institutions. But that was currently I'm also I'm working as assistant professor into schools of commerce and finance and accounting with Christ deemed to be university. That university is Bangalore based. In Bangalore, they have their 4-5 campuses, but I'm here in Ghaziabad NCR campus, Delhi NCR campus, they have one branch. So under this branch in Ghaziabad, we have this Christ University, beautifully well developed, very nice infrastructure. It's A-graded university. All the courses which we taught over there, it's connected with either with the professional, aligned with the professional degrees or ACC accreditation. So all this are the premium courses, SEMA also. So students are getting credit and subject privileges while studying this. About me, I have worked on many projects. This is about my professional career as of now. I've worked with Ideas Anywhere at starting my journey. Also, I'll speak to it into the coming up session. like before joining Christ University, I have worked on many projects. One of the project of mine is of purely based on women entrepreneurs, or it's a startup project that I have started on. This project I have started, and I am providing consultancy to again one of the premium institution called as I am Indore. So there my consultancy project lies, and I'm serving over there. I'm like, my project tenure is for 2 years. I am responsible to completing this project on the time. My basically project is for early years child education, where my job, like the responsibilities towards my consultancy firm is to they have to we have to taken care about the daycare services provided by this institute. Also, we need to spare some time with the parents, understand the early years child's education needs, and understand them what is the basic criteria they are looking forward in our project. So successfully I've completed my project over there. Then afterwards I've contributed into research and development field with my another institutions called as Pioneer Institute. There I'll work on green innovations, women entrepreneurships. The subject that I have taken is about mergers and acquisition, green accounting, and behavioral finance. So these are the subjects that I've been taken care of. I have in my portfolio, I have published several research papers, and also I've designed further FDPs and professional courses for the students. I've worked with ICSI Foundation also. So talking about ICSI Foundation, it's basically one of the CSR initiative taken and performed by ICICI Bank, and ICICI Bank under their flagship program, they've initiated this CSR. So under the CSR, what they done is they provide free of cost education to underprivileged students. So why underprivileged students and how they provide is basically underprivileged students are those which their purpose is to give certain livelihood enhancement. In ICSI Foundation, they used to have a lot of courses. These courses are skill-based courses. So it's a skill-based upliftment for the students. So, and I'm one of the soft skill and office administrator trainer out there. My role is to I need to provide them. First of all, I need to search it out and recognize whether the student is really underprivileged background or not. Then afterward, train them for 90 days under my supervision, or I can say the adequate skills, giving them exposure with the English and other kind of development. And then I also provide them the knowledge about free of cost. These all things we put this particular into ICICI Privilege Foundation. We do not charge anything. Reason behind, ICICI has funded us. They have given us the amount which is required for developing the children's computers, everything. And our role is to provide them the training and place them with the respective, ultimately a livelihood change that we bring. And I'm very happy to provide this particular change towards into the children's. So there I have done all these things. Talking about my family background, into my family, my husband is an entrepreneur. I have a son who is 12 years old and he is studying in a school. Husband is again a businessman. Initially he was not a businessman, he was serving into audiovisual industry, which is a very unique industry which basically providing all the video conferencing solutions. So there initially he was working. After marriage, he started doing his business, and then we have initiated our life journey. So our marriage life is about we have 13 years of strong bound with it, and since I've shifted over there, so a little bit of change has been there. So that's something about personal life. Talking about my parents basically belong to UP, Uttar Pradesh, but right after, like, my grandfather has shifted to Indore. So my father born and brought up in Indore. Only I born and brought up in Indore. Right now I've shifted to Ghaziabad. That's a complete change into me, and my family is also being sometimes saying that why you are shifted, and other things are there. But once we are in a life, we need to think about the changes. The best way is in life is always changing. It's constant, but with the changes. One thing is very constant, and that is change. It's the sentence itself seems like how this has happened, but yes, this is something that happens, and it is something that a person has to accept. The change which is coming up, the change which is going on, people has to fulfill and search for the opportunities. Opportunity knocks you, but once if you are knocking the opportunity, once you grab it, then you yourself feel very confident. The confidence in me come after accomplishing all the available opportunities, and also the courage. I frankly speaking, I belong from a background where women are not being so much energetic. I mean, they are energetic, they are focused, but they are family focused towards. They are into a zeal where why to take this much of courage, why to do this much of efforts. Reason behind ample of amount. I belong from a business class family, so the value of money is definitely be there. My father always taught me so many life lessons, and whatever I am today, I give credit to my parents only. Reason behind, my father is hardcore businessman, and he taught us how to value about the money, how to take challenges in a life, how to face them, how to value for a single particle of a food. He always believe in save and care for the food. Reason behind, it's just not only the amount that if someone wasted in a food, they are very angry about. The reason behind, they have given us such a value under which we have to take care about not our belonging but the belongings to the society. So the resources are limited, money will be ours, and there are ample of money available to each and every one of us. We all have this much of capabilities to get the money from, but it is how best we utilize them. It lies into the one individual intellectual, their capacity, their decision making skills, their understanding towards the life, and also how they look forward to any situation or a thing. There are always positive and negative things, so depends on how we individual look at to that particular scenario. Things that says me, what inspires me to become a teacher, to become a trainer is when it's about, I've started my first job after 2004 when I completed my education. After completing my graduation, I've got an instinct that I need to work somewhere. And while working there, I've understood that one of my trainer is Prajakta. She was there as a trainer. She delivers all the content to us at houses, Idea Cellular works, what are the plans, how these plans need to be get communicated to the customers, and what my job profile as I am into like CRM over there. So we are into retention team and sometimes into the direct online inbound customer team. So our job is to communicate with them. But the way they she used to train us, and the way she is giving training, somewhere into the bottom, I also feel like this role I can perform pretty well and very well. So they're also into the training. They've given us chance to explain the things that we have learned, and simultaneously I've given this thing and appreciation, a lot of appreciation I've received. While after that I have pursued my MBA from Prestige, and there also I have been appreciated a lot for my presentation and teaching skills. So there also I've got motivated, and then one of my cousin gave me information about one of the opportunity that is into the school of Sri Vaishnav Institute of Technology and Science. There is a vacancy, and I since that, as I mentioned, that grabbing an opportunity and fulfilling that opportunity nicely is one of the very important thing. So I've got an opportunity to work with Vaishnav institutions, and there the response of my students, I tell you, it's unbelievable how students respond, how students energetic and motivated to come to my class. And when I communicated and explained them, elaborate them the exact meaning of the content, that gives me an immense pleasure. I mean, reason behind, the students are highly motivated, so it gives an energetic boost to us that when students are that much energetic, we have to be more energetic, and we have to be into the kind of respect that students are giving. I know nowadays students response rate are being into different manner, but reason behind, we are flowing with the flow of information. But the love, the kindness, the regard that your the teammates or subordinates gives you, that motivates, that mean a lot for a teacher, for an instructor, so that they'll get understanding about particular topic. Not only that, they give regards also, so that regards makes us more motivated to be into the similar profession. And now after like 14 years of experience, I started involving myself, and I I cannot be without explaining things. Being with students, I love to being with them. Simply that I believe when the like we have explained them innovatively, they actually grab it and deliver the things very elaborated, do the miracles into the field, place them up, and they are, after getting them placed, the happiness that the students have shown, it's unbelievable. So that's something really very inspiring towards me. As far as my education and experience are required, I found it that after graduation I started working, and slowly, gradually, I get experience on the particular interaction with the customers or interaction with the team members. Then afterward, after giving training, interaction with the trainees also. So experience and educations are going hand in hand. I cannot say that only education will provide you the accurate or authentic knowledge. Education simultaneously going with experience gives you a wings. It's something that a bird cannot fly with a single wing. Similarly, an individual cannot be just by having a number of degrees can succeed into the life. Degrees are simultaneously required. Reason behind that will give you a justification that I'm saying that I am a doctor. I can find out the solutions of a given problem or a given symptoms, but that is something that I diagnosed it very well. Reason behind over a period of time. But who authenticated? Then my degrees will authenticate it. I have a capability, and my capabilities will get a recognition with the accreditation body. So for me, both things go parallel, hand by hand. It is like alone, one cannot justify it. Like if I'm saying I am having a experience of 15 years of life, but simultaneously I do not have a degree to justify it. I told you this education system provide you a boost so that you will understand the things as a broader picture. When you have an experience, I have an experience of training and development, I'll be only expertise of training and development over a period of time. But if I have an education, my education will gives me an understanding, okay, training and development is one of the part, your finance subject is another part, and holistic organization is another part. So we have to in sync with organization with the subject knowledge as well as with the training needs and analysis. Although these three are different subjects, but all this simultaneously go hand in hand with the education that we have taken, like whether it's an MBA, whether it's a PhD, or simple graduation. All these degrees are, that's why all the people are recognizing and are renowned by their degrees that they are holding. And simultaneously experience give them the boost that whatever they have learned, they have do it practically. So skill is parallelly required with education. I'm not saying that if you just have a degree, you will be excellent. No, having a degree with the practical exposure is actually requiring a need of an hour. My advice to what I can suggest is people who really inspire and wanted to be like a professor, they have to first of all look forward for their level of interest. So the first you need to identify your core likable subject. Ikigai is one of the important thing that Japanese used to do. So what this basically mean to us is being a professor, I can say that the things that I love, I make this as my profession. Reason behind, I inspire so much. I am the one person who believe on delivering all the knowledge that I have, who wanted to bring, who is capable enough to bring a change into someone's life. So I believe in this the same. So first thing that you need to have is believe on yourself that you should bring a change into the people or to the students who you wanted to taught. Second thing, that what best you can give to the society. Reason behind when you are doing anything, if you're doing and you're pursuing your career, as I mentioned that getting an education is as important as getting a practical exposure. That's why into the PhD field, for becoming a professor, PhD is one of the not mandatory, but one of the best degree I can say to be hold on. Reason behind, in that particular degree, you'll understand that whatever you have learned and whatever you are been trying to focusing on, the earlier researchers are already been focused and studied about things. You yourself are capable enough to search out a new dimensions. You are the one who is capable enough to give something to the society. You are the one who can develop and solve the problems that organization is facing. So into these three dimensions, being a professor, you can work. And while doing your PhD, you very well understand this thing to understand. And whatever you learn is by mainly by a self study. Like people will taught you and people will make you understand the things. Like fellow writers give me, I'm really very thankful for the fellow writers who give me an opportunity to learn and write my thesis. So while writing, please enhance your creativity wings, so that your creativity will give a new boost and innovations to the students. And when students do innovative things, believe me that that's the best happiness you ever have, if your students are doing innovative things. So please focus a lot on innovations into your teaching, as well as understand your target audience. The purpose of my target audience is, if you are taught to PhD students also, if you are taught to the students who are post graduation, under post graduation, or into graduation, or into school, or into skill academy, I've been taught to all of them. But like definitely the content, the course, the curriculum, similar subject, but different addresses are being there. So before going to class, please understand your audience, your target, I mean the person to whom you need to bring a change into. And always believe change is possible. Just believe on yourself that you could definitely bring a change into people's life. Talking about my leadership, like being a leadership, I can say that the leader in me, it's something that inculcate me over a period of my experience. While as much I interacted with the leaders, come only by their talents, like partly through genetics. So I'm thankful for my parents to give me that genetic inbuilt quality also. And mostly through hard work and persistence, I'll be able to develop these qualities of leadership. Reason behind this leadership not only give me an understanding about how I'll be taught my subject only, it's something that how naturally I'll be treating to the people, how people surround me will give me an experience on how people naturally see me as a person. So that all comprises to being a leadership. I told you leadership up to a certain level, can the basic tactics can be taught to the people, but the actual leadership people will understand by practicing it, by making our wish to the general people wish. This is something that keeping my world to the others world. It's something that we give our talents a wings by giving them a quality to the leadership skills, where we understand that people also have a similar kind of, or if not similar, we understand the sympathy with the people, we understand the similar kind of pain that people are being going through. We understand, we started reading the minds of the people while dealing with them. So for me, leadership is something that I've got over a period of my experiences. Although it's there in my genetics, but I'm thankful for my parents for the same. But I have developed it over a period of experience. So for me, leadership is I have got over a period of my experience, diligence, and hard work that I have been going through the period of life. Like talking about COVID pandemic, that pandemic has changed life entirely. People prior to pandemic, even I prior to pandemic, always looking forward for the things that where we have to move forward for. What is our entire things is humanity and other things are been keeping aside, and always a rat race in the there. But during this pandemic, the world and the surroundings has understand that whatever we are, first of all, being before becoming an expert of a subject teacher or an expertise into the field of consultancy, or somewhere where we are being understanding, human beings started understanding and believing on that they are the supreme god. But no, God is something that there are a supreme power. There are people who understand that there is something which is a superpower works, and that's why the COVID pandemic bring us the humanity. It gives a memory into our humanity, which will stays with us for a longer period. Reason behind, we understand that this lessons that first thing that we have understand that our precautions or prevention is far better than the cure, and that is something that into childhood we studied a lot, we understood it a lot, but this is the time we practicing it and practically understand that the people who are not keeping themselves into the protocols or not practicing into their behavior, they have been, I mean, not being able to sustained into the longer life. So people need to be healthy and safe. First of all, this is the first lesson that we have learned into during the pandemic. After that, we understood that technology is helping us to be in touch with the people, which is something really very important. People understood that earlier the schools are been saying no, we are not with the aligned with the other things, which like say for example mobiles and all, but it is a lifesaver for the students who have understand the importance of studies. So that technology is a new normal thing. We also understand that vaccines are the one of the powerful tools after getting first dose, second dose, and now the booster dose. Even the doses for the children are being vaccinated by the government, and we understand with the help of this vaccinations only, India will become a superpower. I mean, you can see that Rus and other countries, Rus already that they have their Sputnik 1, but there is an importance of the vaccination which is developed by Poonawalla into our own country. So who can come and say that India does not have the power to develop the things? When India has a brain, they can develop anything that they wanted to, and when they're eagerly looking forward for. We all understand this thing pretty well, and that was becoming creating a positive image into the mindset of the people. Although India having a good brain, that brain has been utilized by other countries. People called it as a brain drain also, but it's not that. It's something that everyone started treated and giving importance to India after this achievements. Also, we can say that people started treating everyone equally. Prior to pandemic, people started giving importance to the rich people and the poor will be poorer. But now, after that, people understand that human life has its own importance, and which is very much needed. Society requires a mental health, and they started taking mental health very seriously. Where people working for providing better yoga classes, better hygiene routine, still workers, and going back to basics, consuming tulsi, adrak, and giloy juices, aloe vera juices, which is almost a very natural and the best gift that Mother Earth has given us. So that these all things have come over, and our ancestors, or we can say that the Rishi Munis in India are giving us such a great advice. We for over a period of time we started ignoring them, but this is the time which gave us and take us into the basics of art, where we understand that our family value, family importance, education, the knowledge that we have, the exposure that we have, and too much thinking is not being a solution. Meditation, life, strong, good lifestyle is all the best lessons that we have learned. So community is taking essential, and technology is taking seriously. Humanity ground has been improved a lot. So this is what we have learned into the COVID. We have to be focused on family, health, life, and passion. It's good that we are more focused towards our career, but simultaneously for whom we are doing this career is more important. So the pandemic gives us this 3 lessons that our health is primary. We need to take care of our belongings, and whatever we have is sufficient and enough. So always have gratitude for the things that we have with us. Talking about my childhood memory, I remember one day, when I'm very young, my younger brother is more younger than me, and when we used to go school, we are into the similar school, and we used to go school by bicycle only. Initially, when since I'm a elder one to my younger brother, we used to drive bicycle. and he was sitting at the back, and he was carrying both our school bags, and we used to be there. So but later on, when my brother grown up and he is into some 8th standard and I was into some 9th standard something, then he I don't know how he suddenly realized, he started seeing me. He was very thin and I was a little bit, I mean, on a healthier side. So he was like, "Nahi, you have to sit at the back," and I was driving. I was very surprised that, and he was the one who used to took me to the school every day along with me, with my my bag and his bag, and we both are going. Then even one of my elder brother friends are also keep saying us, "Hey, you have to sit at the, you have to drive." Then your brother has been sitting at the back. Why this thing has been happen and everything? But I don't know why this thing has happened. But that's give me I mean, a great happiness whenever we used to come by the school, or whenever we go to the school. He used to drive bicycle every time, and this is some of the very nice memory that I have. We used to watch I Dream of Genie. This is one of the best serial that we everly have. Me and my younger brother enjoy that serial. Really, it's a very fabulous serial that we have been seen over a period of time, where we are into some of the very magical world when this episode runs, and we do not miss a single episode of it. When Z has come, prior to this, Z TV is not being there, and the television is entirely not being there. After that television started, then Z TV started, and nowadays it's being very common that children are not even, people are least to bother about what channels are been showing this serials and all. But at that time we are being like a fan, and I like to play this video game Super Mario, and we always really very much eager to get the queen done. I mean, the entire episode done, kill the dragon by putting on a head. So that's something I really remembers. We used to eat a lot of food together, me and my younger brother. I remember one incident when my younger brother and me, he actually taught me how to drive a car. And I think, okay, fine, let's go and drive a car. We took a key, and then both of us are driving. He taught me, you need to take care about the brake and the accelerator. I said, okay, fine, I'll be focused on brake and accelerator after pressing the clutch. That's something the car has the features: a brake, clutch, then a brake, and an accelerator. So going forward with this, he taught me that you have to press brake. After pressing clutch, you have to brake. You need to put your legs on the brake side. But I was into, and simultaneously the pillar comes, we are into the process of parking the vehicle. And while parking the particular vehicle, I push on and keep my leg on the accelerator, and then my vehicle goes like, and it's down. All the blame my younger brother used to took on him, that he has made this accident happens and everything. Fortunately, no one get a harm into it, but the black color window into the car will get hampered, and we like, my father is very surprised at what you people have done with the car. So this is something which happens, and my younger brother saved me a lot into it, and he was always behind whenever I wanted to buy anything, whenever I required anything. He was always there to give me all the things. So this is one of the really very good memory that I have with my younger brother. Okay, giving an opportunity to be into the time machine and changing my career. I really wanted to be a teacher from my childhood, and but in between I've got one glimpse to become a corporate trainer and become a CEO of one of the organization. So definitely after a particular time duration, when I have enough amount of capital with me, I'll definitely wanted to become a managing director and making an organization or establish an organization or a company where this particular organization will give employment to maximum number of people, not only to the employment, but also this particular company will give people an employment, simultaneously the products that my company will make will definitely give a value to the society. This is what my if I'll be not being a teacher, or if given an opportunity that I will restart my career, I'll definitely start my career with an industrialist background, or somewhere where I work into one of the industry which will work to help people and enhance their capability. With the God grace, definitely I'll be along with my teaching profession. I'll definitely try to provide consultancy to those firms, and try to open up my own firm one day. That something is into my dream. So after working in a college for an entire day from 8:30 to 9:30, although I'm very thankful for Christ University for giving me such a good atmosphere where I'll be working, and the working is not like a burdensome. It's something that really we enjoy. Reason behind it's related with our profession and a passion also. So, but after sometimes we really feel to be get relaxed on and enjoy on. I used to play and used to do yoga. That yoga I have done like during the, thankfully to the pandemic only, I have come to understand that yoga can be done without going to the yoga center, and it can be done at the home only. So I'll be doing my yoga sessions after my hectic work schedule. Also, I'll work and enjoy watching movies, and as I told you that now life has shifted from TV to web series. I enjoy watching web series, and few of my like Money Heist and the Arya are one of the nicest web series that I used to play. So for my students, or for my colleagues, and for the people who are good with the motivation, I really love the song that Chak De movie used to play when the girls are really achieve the freedom that they have. And I really wanted to sing that song, which is बादल पे पाँव है या छोटा गाँव है, अब तो भाई चल पड़ी अपनी जो नाव है. Please believe on yourself and do a lot of happiness surrounds you. Always go ahead with your dream. Follow your dreams, that will definitely lead you to this path of success. This is about my story of Dr. Amrita Chaurasia, story of an Amrita and turns to as Amrita Chaurasia. If you like my stories, please, if you like my story, please do share it, subscribe it, and share among your friends. I hope this will bring a motivation among you, and this story will definitely give you a wing. When a girl from just a small town in Indore, it's turned herself and fulfill her dreams by just having a willingness, she'll be able to fulfill the dreams. I really wanted you to please share this story with others to fulfill their dreams and turn them into reality. Thank you so much for watching this video.
दोस्तों, आप सुन रहे थे डॉक्टर अमृता चौरसिया की जिंदगी की कहानी इनकी अपनी जुबानी। ऐसी ही प्रेरक कहानियाँ रोजाना सुनने के लिए चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन जरूर दबाएं। और अगर आज की ये कहानी आपको पसंद आई है तो इसे लाइक, कमेंट और शेयर करना ना भूलें। अब आप भी बन जाइए भारत की प्रोफेशनल कम्युनिटी की आवाज़ और सुनाओ अपनी कहानी, बनाओ अपनी पहचान की इस मुहिम से जुड़कर अपने जीवन के अनुभवों, करियर यात्रा, अपने उत्पादों एवं सेवाओं के पीछे की वास्तविक कहानी से देशवासियों को प्रेरित करें और अपनी एक नई पहचान बनाएं। Tell your story, inspire and build your brand with the power of video. जय हिंद, जय भारत।